what made you want to come back after all these years, and how did it feel the same and maybe obviously feel different?
After the show ended, I don't think we necessarily thought we were going to do this again. We were like, that was fun. It was amazing. It was a good run, but didn't know that we'd ever be doing this again. And then kept having people kind of knock on our door, say, hey, do y'all want to come back? And the timing just felt right this time. Our kids had all kind of like gone away to college or to chase a dream and moved back home and started having grandbabies. So we're in a very different life phase right now. And it's a lot of fun. I think people, it's fun to bring people into kind of this next generation, the next part of our family's life.
Not literally knocking on our doors, by the way.
Not literally, but yeah.
Everybody kept knocking on our door saying, please do another television show.
No, I'm just saying we had been asked a couple of times.
You were very young when the first show was airing, but what kind of enticed you to kind of do this again?
Yeah, I was so young when we first did this. I was like between ages 8 and 12 or 13, so super young, but I always had the best experience, honestly. Like growing up, getting to do that with my family was just like the best memories ever, and I just always loved that time, getting to be with my family every day. And so the thought of getting to do that again and just spend time with everybody was an immediate yes. Obviously it came with some nervous things with just being public again or being that public again, but honestly, it was a yes. I mean, we were so excited just to get to spend time with family and do something together.
Jacob, how did you feel about kind of joining the reality TV fray?
I'm just along for the ride. If we all agreed to do this as a family, so I mean, it's along, having a good time, just figuring it out. So it's fun.
Yeah, so it was literally the day after you started filming is when you found out.
Yes.
You're like, oh man. How did that change the course of filming for you? How are you feeling? Were you really sick the whole time? I know that you were kind of like a little nervous to even tell your family at first too.
Yes, it definitely changed some things because, you have this year planned out and then you're like, oh, never mind. I'm going to be having a baby in August. And so that's my year, which, it didn't change anything necessarily because we had already committed to so much. We'd already started filming, but I do have a pretty sick pregnancy. So I was like throwing up so much and showing up, and I was just saying, okay, we're just going to have to make this a part of the show because it's my life, but it was really sweet. I was nervous to tell the family because I found out the day after we started filming, and it was just such a new season for all of us. And then on top of like everything feeling so new and crazy, to be like, hey, and by the way, I'm also having a baby. And I'm due 2 weeks before the conference I host every year in Louisiana. 4,000 girls come all over the world. So the whole thing was just like, this is crazy, but it makes for good TV.
Well, you welcomed your third baby while filming the show too. Congratulations. Did that change things for you at all before you signed on? You're like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with the newborn.
Oh my goodness.
2 other kids and filming a TV show.
Oh my goodness. I was so nervous because literally when we've been talking about doing this show for a while, and so we, a lot of pre-production stuff that was happening, and I wasn't pregnant at all. I didn't know I was pregnant till like we were already signing on to do the show, and we're like, oh no, like this is not my plan, and but it's been so good. And surprisingly, I had a lot of reservation about just putting our kids on the show. And we're like, if they do not like it, they don't have to do it. That's something that we signed on for. They didn't sign up for it. But they have been just loving it, and they just they turns it on in front of the camera.
I think maybe a lot of people are probably wondering why, when they tune in, why Texas, why you're there, how long you've been there. So if you want to just give us a little brief debrief about why Texas.
We're in Dallas, Texas, and we were both working at a church over here in North Texas. Before we got married, I was recruited over here because our lead pastor is very close with our family. Our families are really close family friends. And so it was just, it was great. And I was here for a few months before we got married. And whenever she moved over here with me, it just all seemed in super well. And so we've been here for about 2 years, and just love our jobs and love our community and just love the area that we're in.
I love that so much. A lot of people, tune into the show because you all are so deep rooted in your faith. Do you ever feel like you have to put boundaries when you talk about your faith or anything like that when it comes to the TV show? Or do you feel like the message that you spread is so positive and so, family based that you feel good about it?
I feel like the Lord has given us this opportunity to share our faith. Mm-hmm. And if he's opened that door, then why not share it? And why hold back in any capacity? So
yeah, I don't think
we have any boundaries.
Yeah, I really don't think we have any boundaries, just to be honest and just be public about our faith, just because we're so passionate for the Lord, and we want to tell people that, and we want to share that with everyone. So there's no limit.
And if our lives can be an encouragement to others, then that is what we want.